A tumultuous start to the 2022 season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are off to a 3-4 start through 7 weeks. Can the GOAT elevate this team to the Super Bowl?
Perfect.
So 2 straight losses has NFL fans from around the world, honestly, just questioning how good really are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What is the Achilles heel? What is holding this team back? The frustrations boiling over on the sidelines. Cooler heads just not prevailing as Tom Brady lights up his offensive line. And honestly, it's kind of for good reason. Tom Brady so far really has not been the problem behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' struggles so far this season. With 8 passing touchdowns, so only 1 interception. He is so far in the upper echelon of the entire NFL as far as attempted passes, completion percentage within the top 10, as well as yards in the top 10. However, the yards per the yards per completed pass are only at 6.6 yards per completion, which ranks 24th in the NFL. So when you look at those numbers, you go, well, he's leading the NFL in all these categories, or he's up near the top of the NFL in all these categories, but why such a low number? Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line so far has been pretty dreadful, especially at the left guard and center positions. The loss of Ali Marpet, Alex Kappa, Ryan Jensen from the interior of that offensive line. The only hole that's being plugged so far by Shaq Mason, formerly of the New England Patriots. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are kind of at their wits' end with what they're going to actually do at these positions of particular interest. Tom Brady so far also near the bottom of the NFL. Of all quarterbacks that have taken snaps under center and dropped back to throw passes, Tom Brady is seeing pressure at a rate of 2.1 seconds as far as standing in the pocket before being pressured or being hurried, which is 5th lowest among every quarterback that has taken a snap and dropped back to pass this NFL season, among every single one of them. So the pass rush, it's getting home. It's hitting Tom Brady. It's at least affecting every single play. And it's not just affecting the passing game here. The running game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dead last in the NFL, averaging a measly 64.4 yards per game. So between guys like Leonard Fournette, who last year was setting really strong numbers for the running back position, and then Rachaad White out of Arizona State, one of their rookie running backs, they're just not getting production on the ground, and it absolutely has to do with the interior of that offensive line. They're just not able to generate enough of a push to create in space and open up holes for their running backs to execute. Leonard Fournette has been involved in the offense, of course, a lot more so in the passing game, but with only 2 rushing touchdowns during the entire NFL season so far, the running game is just abysmal, meaning they're passing the ball a lot more, the offense becomes a lot more one-dimensional, and defenses are able to account and predict and expect a lot easier of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. No matter how good the receiving options are, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, among other wide receivers, Russell Gage as well, defenses are able to account for it, drop back and play a lot more man-to-man, a lot more press if their interior defensive line and even their edge rushers are getting home and creating a lot of havoc and a lot of pressure on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. So if you have to point fingers and look at one particular area, it has to be the interior offensive line. And maybe you're questioning, maybe the defense is letting them down as well. So far, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensively are +3 in the turnover differential. They're creating opportunities. They're leading the NFL in a number of categories, generating a lot of pass rush as well, and only allowing their opponents to score less than 18 points per game so far this season. So with an offense as on paper stacked as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defense is absolutely doing its part. Unfortunately, it's really just the interior of the offensive line that is letting down Tom Brady. And realistically speaking, that offensive line group just needs to come together, will themselves together. And I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if they're able to get those fixes in time, could very well find themselves maybe back in a position to be contentious, to be competitive with the rest of the NFC. But as it stands right now, not even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers GOAT not even Tom Brady seems to be able to elevate past these issues. Moving on to our fantasy football picks of the week, starting things off with Jerry Jeudy, the wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. They're taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars this upcoming week. And with Russell Wilson dealing with some injuries, Brett Rippon has stepped in to play quarterback for these Denver Broncos. And while the offense hasn't really seen any abundant changes, not necessarily leaning one way or the other as far as offensive efficiency, I still have a lot of problems with how Hackett, their head coach, is, well, executing offense this season. I will say, Jerry Jeudy, if you're in a pinch hit wide receiver, could very well be a good pickup and a solid start for this upcoming week, as last week he saw 11 targets, saw 7 receptions, and his best performance since week 1 of this season. So if you're looking to take a chance on a wide receiver this week, I highly suggest giving Jerry Jeudy some real consideration. Looking at running backs, Chuba Hubbard, the Carolina Panthers running back, going up against the Atlanta Falcons. And it looks like between he and Deontay Foreman, either one of these two guys could be a solid choice, but it looks like they want to get Hubbard a lot more involved potentially as the running back one. I think Hubbard could very well be a solid pickup heading into this upcoming Sunday against a Falcons defense that has been, about middle of the pack in all things considered. But even with some struggles, obviously, along the offense for Carolina and a very tumultuous situation, at the end of the day, Chuba Hubbard looks like he could very well be a running back one. If you need somebody to toss into that flex, I'd highly consider Chuba Hubbard this upcoming week. And the final pick for this week for fantasy football, at least, is going to be Michael Carter, the New York Jets running back, taking on the New England Patriots. Patriots last week, Monday Night Football, allowed over 200 rushing yards to the Chicago Bears. Even knowing that the rushing was going to be coming right down their throats, they could do nothing to stop it. And with Breece Hall, after having a very terrific start to the season, unfortunately suffering an ACL right now, while James Robinson, their trade acquisition, gets acclimated to the offense, Michael Carter is going to be the main beneficiary within the Jets backfield. I'm expecting big things from him this upcoming Sunday. Now with the main topic and our fantasy football picks out of the way, it's time to move on to the final segment of this video. It's time for picks, and we're starting things off with Thursday Night Football. The 4-3 Baltimore Ravens taking on the 3-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In this one, I think of all the teams that have a very strong interior pass rush, Baltimore is right up there. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. Defense having a big day. Offense is going to be, well, the Baltimore Ravens offense. Very solid, very flashy, very exciting. Moving on to Sunday, London. We're returning to London for another early morning game, so make sure to set those lineups. Denver Broncos at 2-5 taking on the Jaguars at 2-5. Denver, been incredibly underwhelming. The Jaguars started off hot, but have since lost a number of games in a row. I'm going to still take the Jaguars here, but it may be closer than I think a lot of fans want it to be. The Carolina Panthers at 2-5 taking on the 3-4 Atlanta Falcons. Both these teams, well, not off to the best start, but I think Atlanta is a pretty scrappy team offensively. Give me the Falcons. Chicago Bears taking on the 5-2 Dallas Cowboys in Dallas at home. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. Miami Dolphins, Detroit Lions, Miami all day. There's not a whole lot to say about that one. Arizona Cardinals taking on the Minnesota Vikings at 5-1. The slept-on Minnesota Vikings, I think, secure another victory here in a battle of Jay Jettas versus Nuke Hopkins. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New Orleans Saints. Give me the New Orleans Saints in this one. I just think defense might very well be the prevailing factor for this one. New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. Surprise, surprise, 5-2. The New York Jets have been surprising everybody so far this season, along with that other New York team we might be talking about here very shortly. But give me the Jets in that matchup. Then, next up, Battle of Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, coming out there by and 6-0. Give me the Eagles all day. Tennessee Titans at 4-2 taking on the 1-win Houston Texans. Give me Derrick Henry having a huge day. Give me the Titans. And then Washington Commanders taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Quarterback change for the Colts. I think they might rally around Sam Ehlinger. Give me the Indianapolis Colts in that one. San Francisco 49ers taking on the LA Rams. This one's probably going to be tough, going to be interesting, but give me the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey's going to have an extra little bit of time to get acclimated to the Kyle Shanahan offense, and then they're going to start using him a lot more in that one. New York Giants at 6-1 taking on the 4-3 Seattle Seahawks. This is going to be a really exciting matchup. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Two teams that we didn't expect to have these records at this point in the season, battling, facing off. Give me the New York Giants in this one, though. Brian Daboll has been really exciting so far as a head coach. Sunday Night Football, Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers taking on the Buffalo Bills, coming off their bye week with Josh Allen. With the extra week of preparation, I don't think it's going to be even close. Give me the Buffalo Bills. And then finally, Monday Night Football, Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals. And your teams on bye this week are the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. So thank you so much for watching the video. Of course, feel free, stick around, watch some more content, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, get the bell on to know every single time I'm dropping a video. My name is Tristan Blake Rines. I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.